Okay, right. Very well. Falcon, tell us where you're from.
I'm from Denmark.
You're from Denmark, Danish.
Yeah.
Nice. How old are you?
22.
You're 22 years old. How long have you been with MT? You know MT?
If I know MT, so what?
Yeah, do you know MT?
MTU. I've been here for like 7 weeks. I thought it was 8, but it's not. I joined on March 16th. So I've only been here for like 6 or 7 weeks.
Nice. So tell us about your experience. What happened? Like, did you have any experience beforehand? Were you trading somewhere else? No, at all.
No, I never traded the forex before, but I did know what binary option was.
Okay.
And but as I said, I knew nothing about forex at all. Actually, so it was all pretty new to me. I only traded binary option for like a month, and that wasn't, it wasn't successful at all.
Oh, okay.
So, guys, I just want to do a quick check. How clear can you hear me? Okay, great. Because just tell me if I need to speak louder.
No, I could just higher the volume. You're coming through very good, Falcon.
Okay, great.
Yeah, everything is perfect.
Right.
So tell us, Falcon, you've been here for 7 weeks. How were your first few weeks? Your first week.
First week.
Yeah, tell us about your first week.
Yeah, that was all over the place. Seriously, because I had so many questions, and you told me that I needed to wait, give it like 1, 2, or 3 days before asking the questions, because I did find myself in a situation where after the 3 days I could answer some of my questions myself.
Mm.
So I totally didn't understand that in the beginning. So I was like writing a million questions, and I was like, oh, this is not working for me, and so I was just very, very impatient.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the first week, I think for a lot of newbies is like I had all over the place. You see the charts, you don't know what it means. You see arrows, and you don't know what arrows you have to take, and I think that it can be overwhelming. And I think one of the important things you have to do is do not trade in the first day. Just listen to you and to the members, because a lot of the people actually do know what they're saying, so you can learn a lot from them. So
okay. So when did it click, Falcon? When did the light go on and say, oh my God, I think I'm starting to understand?
Well, around Jasfran interview, then it clicked. It was like, because before that I didn't know anything about momentum. I ignored it totally, and I didn't care about the DX because I didn't care about it because I couldn't trade it, so I didn't care about it. It was like something on the chart that I couldn't trade, so I didn't want to put my mind into it. Mm. So it was around the time when Jasfran came on that I really started to understand the DX, that the DX has a meaning, and the momentum is a very important part. So Jasfran made my life go on, and
so you're suggesting everybody listens to the Jasfran interview?
Yeah, totally. Okay. I know the sound on that interview can be a little bit up and down. I know you have to pay a lot of attention to the sound on that one. But do like I do. I watched it like 6 times or something like that.
Okay.
But not only listen to Jasfran, because Jasfran is trading on his own style, and that style may not suit for you. Jasfran has a lot of good information that you can evaluate, but if you don't like the style, if you don't like stacking and stuff like that, you should just take the advices like momentum and long term. And then what I say is that you should also listen to you and to the guys in the room as well. I think it's a bit of both. I think you should listen to you and all the people that has been here for a while. I think because a lot of people know what they talk about, so you really need to evaluate what they say.
I mean, I'm so glad, Falcon, that you didn't say don't listen to MT.
Mm.
Thank God, I'm in there somewhere where, oh my God. Okay.
No.
That was just a joke.
Because you know what? The first week I didn't listen to you at all. I think the first 2 days, maybe the first day maybe after my first day. So the second day, something like that, I had my sound on mute.
Okay.
That's the worst mistake you can do.
Okay. Meaning I did advise, Falcon, look, I do advise people, once they've been here for a few months and they understand and they're doing well, I do advise that they mute me and really have a day on your own. But not the first few days. Yeah, not the first few days.
You're killing yourself. But seriously, if you mute the room, you won't pay attention to the momentum because those beeping noises, you won't hear them.
Okay. Interesting.
And
all right, so you sent me some pictures. You want to talk about this one? This is the last one you sent me?
Yeah, this is my results.
For today, right?
Yes.
This is your today's. This is today. Okay, so would you say, it clicked after maybe 2-3 weeks, right? Once the Jazz Fran came in, the light went on, right? It took you like 3 weeks and you started to really understand. And ever since, these are the types of days you're getting. Every day, right?
Every day.
Okay, so this was today's.
Yes.
Okay.
That is only today.
This is only today. Is this beautiful, guys? Is this amazing? All right. Now he has more pictures. Okay. So this is today's. Yeah. This is now. Now you showed me. Like I would presume these are what, last 4 days or something, because you.
Yes, around that.
Because you have.
I think it's last week or something. I don't know.
Okay, so you have this and this that he sent me, guys. Okay, so he gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days total from the 2 pictures, right, Chad?
I think it's more like 10 days.
All right. Okay, because maybe some are combined. All right.
Yes. So, none of these are replicated.
No, what I'm saying is like sometimes like here, like right here, maybe these are 2 days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what you mean. So this could be, even though you sent me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this could be maybe 2 weeks of trading, right?
Yes, yeah.
This is crazy, guys. Okay,
I've only lost 9 trades.
Okay.
And I have never got stopped out. I always close my trades manually if I don't believe that it will turn.
Okay.
And most cases when I do that, I tend to be right, but sometimes it do bite myself. Sometimes it will go up, but I don't have the patience, and that is something I need to work on. Because like I said, you have a stop loss for a reason, and if it hits your stop loss, it hits your stop loss. So what I have done, which is mistake in my opinion, is that I have closed manually. But even though, because most of the times that I have closed manually, it turned out to be a good idea to do it, but sometimes as well, it was a bad idea, right? So I don't know where I want to be at that point. I don't know if I want to be a stop loss guy or if I want to be a manual close guy. I don't know. What do you guys say? If you understand what I said. Manual. Danny says manual.
I think manual too is the way to go. Personally, I think manual is the way to go. So, let me just make a point here, if I may. Guys, how could this be luck? How could this be just luck? Like, are you kidding me? All right? Like, I don't know how many trades these were. He loses 1. Here, like, all these trades, he loses. Well, he did lose a big one here. Okay, $232.
That was yesterday.
That was yesterday. Okay, yes. Very good. Look at
I took a walk because I was so angry for letting it go that big. Because I don't like losing.
Okay.
It's funny. I just want to trade right now. So happy days. I'm up 55 pips now.
No, but how come this? I don't get this. Okay, your gross up. But you net
commissions and spread.
Okay, because because that's what you have. You have a commissions and spread. Okay, makes sense now. Okay, very good. All right, so
I got very low spreads.
Very low spreads, but you pay a commission at the same time.
Yes.
So that's what happened there. Okay, so you won the trade, but the commissions kicked in. Okay, very good. like, is this crazy, guys, or is this crazy? Is this luck? Is like this is luck? You know, that was one picture.
Mickey, I do use trading stuff, but sometimes when I do, it turns out to close too early, and I could have got a lot more. So I'm still working on perfecting my trading stuff. And Jamie, how I get it so perfect? Well, I think I'm gonna answer that in a moment. I will tell you how I trade, and I'm not sure that I can learn you guys anything. You know, because I've learned it all from you guys. So I think it's about patience, and I think it's also about when you get into the trade and momentum. You know, I think those are very value keys.
All right, so I'm going to ask you questions on that. Okay, Falcon.
Yeah. Great.
So let me just finish off with his second picture. Again, look at all these trades. All right, I think, you know, he won 90%, if not more, 90% of his trades, guys. So in the last 2 weeks, 90+% of his trades were won. So this, you know, you.
Oh, by the way, you see that one Falcon 9? It's blacked out.
Yeah.
It's not that I want to hide something. It's just that some of those trades on that one is replicated, so I didn't want to show it.
Oh, okay. All right. Not a problem. I mean, you know, this is impressive enough. Okay. So tell me what you're doing, Falcon. This is incredible. What have you done? Like, you have some magic formula or what?
Yeah, I have a magic formula. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, so it's not because you've got something in your back pocket, right?
No,
so you know, like, I've got something that nobody else has, and that's why I'm so successful, right? You have what we all have.
Yes, exactly, guys. I am not a genius compared to you guys. What I can do, you can do as well. It's that simple. I think it's about patience and timing. That's really important. And I think it's important that you don't trade against momentum. If you taking the USD up, and as you see right now, it got like 3 momentum red. You don't take it up now. That's something that's so important. And I think that is something that I didn't understand in the beginning. And once I understood that, it clicked, and that was right after the Jasper interview.
Okay.
But let me just tell you guys, I do look a lot on the 1 hour and 4 hour chart, because I do feel that those charts know what they're saying, and I also look at the dailies. The dailies for me is so important. I look at them as much as I can before I trade. I think most of the days I build myself a story where I do like 20 minutes of bias, and then I go in. So I'm like reading the market before I go in. I take my time.
Interesting.
So
and what about the mindset, Falcon? Do you believe in the mindsets?
Yes.
Tell me.
Rituals. I have so many rituals. I'm like a believer. Seriously, I'm meditating. 10 minutes before session, I do some meditation, and then I do the mindset video. And
the EFT, right? The EFT?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do the EFT, yeah. And under my meditation, I do my mindset, where I think about my future and all that kind of stuff, you know. So after the meditation, I do my EFT, you know, tapping in my face and all that.
Okay.
And then I just get pumped up, you know. I'm just getting my confidence straight and just ready, you know.
That is incredible, Falcon.
Yeah.
All right, so your entry. You were speaking us of entry. Is it the momentum bars that gets you in?
Not always.
Okay, so it's a combination of the signals, the story, the signals, and then finally the momentum bar. I'd say, you know, like maybe 70% of your trades, it's maybe the momentum bars that get you.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. But the cases when I don't rely on momentum is the days when the volatility is low. Because if you rely on momentum on slow days, if you rely on like 3 or 4 on the momentum bar, and if you wait till it gets to that point, you will maybe miss the action. So you can't be like waiting for like 4 momentum plus on, you know, the green, and then go in if there's like a really, really slow market. That's just my opinion.
Interesting. No, it makes sense, Falcon, because sometimes you'll wait all day because the momentum bars will never go. They'll never go to 3-4. I hear
because
you.
when you look at the days where there's a lot of volatility, you tend to see the momentum go up to 9, and when it goes to 9, you go in on 4, and then you will get a lot of action. But when it's like a low volatility, it will not go any higher than maybe 4 or 5. And then if you open your trade at that point, you might lose the opportunity. So that's some of my secrets on trading when I don't rely on the dollar index. But like you said, MC, I rely like 70% on the dollar index because it's so right. It's like predicting the future, like maybe like 5 seconds before the currency pairs are moving sometimes.
Interesting, guys. So he trades the DX to get into his Euro USD or his Pound USD. That's the Jasran, right? He learned that from the Jasran. That is good stuff. Yeah. All right. Who has any questions? If you have any questions, guys, please give. Either you can give it to me top left so we don't lose it in the chat row, or just so he could see it too. So here's Jamie. Jamie says, so you look at the signals on the DX or just the trend and momentum there? That's Jamie's question, Falcon. Go ahead.
I look at I don't look at signals on the dollar index, not as much as on the pairs, but I do look at the trend as well because I don't like trading against the trend. I usually trade with the trend. So I don't rely on the signal on the dollar index. I rely on the signal on the Euro USD, for instance, and then I just I don't need to see the signal on the dollar. I just need to see the momentum on the dollar. But most cases, when you see the momentum on the dollar, you also see a signal. But I don't rely on the signal.
Okay.
Ray, Jamie, Ray, give me 1 second because this one I think is good. Jamie, yes, I don't take a Euro USD up if the momentum is red, for instance. I do like to enter the trade when the momentum is above 2 on the currency pair, and it should be at least on 3 on the DX. So I don't know if that answers your question. Ray, when you don't use momentum trade, I do, Ray. I do that on signals and a strong bias. I need to when I don't rely on momentum, I need to have the story right. I need to be really, really confident that it's not trend, for instance, if I'm going up. So when I don't rely on that, I do rely on the bias, and I tend to look at the 5 minutes and 15 minutes and 1 hour and 4 hour to build me on myself a long-term story. So, but I think because like MT said, like 7% of my trades is like based on momentum. So I think you should be focusing on that. You should be focusing on momentum like Jasran does. Jasran, correct me if I'm wrong, like 70% of your trade is based on dollar index momentum, right? Yeah, Jasran is doing that too. And look at how successful he is. So I'm saying, guys, seriously, I don't rely on the euro, for instance, alone, but only on slow days. Because on slow days, when you look at the dollar index and you're waiting for that 4 or 5 momentum, like I said, you might, I'm not saying you will, but you might miss the action. So I'm just waiting to get the perfect buy, for instance, and, then I just go in. I don't know if that makes sense.
How long did you demo for? Somebody's asking. Danny's asking. How long did you demo for?
I still do to this day.
Okay, so you're still demoing, and here and there you put in some real trades. So you're always demoing, and this is what I always suggest. You should always keep on demoing. But like let's say your first real trade, was it after maybe your 3rd week, your 4th week, you decided to take a couple?
Yeah.
Okay, and then that's when you started rolling.
Yeah,
Okay.
but nothing serious. I just wanted to get a taste of the market, I think.
Sophie, there she is. Demo is the most important thing
Yeah.
to your success here, guys. Listen, I bang the table on this every day. If you don't demo, if you come here and you don't
Mary.
demo, forget about it.
Mary, that's a good question. Because I wanted to talk about that. I think whether you are binary option or forex, it's up to you. You should not make your decision on what other people says. You need to be feeling confident about what you do, and then just do that. So if you like binary option, do binary option. If you like forex, do forex. I'm not a fan of doing both on the same time because I like to focus on the forex. But anyway, so what was the question anyway? I only traded binary option for one day, and then I was like determined on forex. One day binary option, and then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do this.
So that's a good point, Mary. You know, the only way you'll ever, like, I think there are days, guys, where it's really a beautiful binary option day, and maybe on the slow days, like, you know, maybe you wouldn't know Falcon because right away you changed over to forex, and all you're focused on is forex. But maybe some people in the room might testify to, you know, when we have the days where everything is just at one and it's really slow. It could be maybe those are the days where you can focus more on binary options. So I think juggling both is maybe the way to go. Okay, but again, once you've done both of them for a while, then hey, you might lean towards something. You might say, you know what, I am more of a forex trader and that's who I am, or I'm more of a binary option trader and that's who I am, and it's fine.
Exactly. But guys, how many in this room are trading both? Are doing both binary and forex? Do we have any that do
both? Anybody do both? Not me. I don't do. No, it seems like
I saw some guys do.
Okay.
Zombie does.
Zombie does both. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and Zombie is a pro. I think, in my opinion, and don't get me wrong, this is just my opinion, but when you are in a learning zone, I think that you should be focusing. You should choose what you want to focus on. And if that's fine, if that's forex, you should do the forex, master the forex, and then maybe like, okay, now I want to master binary because I found myself in the beginning, should I do binary, should I do forex? And then I did one day where I did both, and it was all a mess because I couldn't handle like two different kind of trading strategies, you know. So that's just my opinion. I don't know, MC, if you think that's the right way to go. I don't know if you think
look, you know, everybody's got their own personality. I think once they'll make a decision on their own. Once they juggle both for a little bit, they either stick with both or they, you know, I know Dr. Natalia does both. Dr. Natalia is a firm believer of juggling both the binary options. I'm not sure if she's still here. So yeah, you know, it's whatever you love. Well, sorry, Falcon, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying that in my opinion, I think you need to know the forex like your own hand, and once you have mastered that, and I think then you can go and learn learn binary option, and then be a master on both craft, and then you can like do both at the same time. Because I wouldn't even now, because I'm like, you know, I'm trading and making 45 pips a day at least. Still, I wouldn't be able to do binary. Not just yet. I wouldn't be able to because I still can't handle those two different trading ways, you know.
Makes sense.
So I'm not saying this to all the pros. I think I'm talking to the newbies right now because I think when we got new people in the room, I think they ask themselves the question, what do I want to trade? And I think this is the answer. I think you should choose one of them. And if you think you can do both, do both. But if you think you only can do one, only do one.
Yeah. You know.
You're not in a hurry. This is not a race.
At the end, you're gonna have to serve somebody, right?
Yeah. Okay. I think it was Flash who told me a few days, maybe even weeks ago. I think he said, "This is not this is not a race.
Mm.
Like you don't have to prove anything. You don't have to get like 30 pips a day. I was like getting 15 pips, and I was like, why do I not get 40? And he said, it's not a race, and it's not. Do it in your own way.
Nice. And you're still in school, right, Falcon?
Yeah.
What are you studying?
E-commerce.
E-commerce. Interesting. All right, guys. That's it. Anything else, Falcon? You want to add to this? Maybe one last question, guys. Go
I
ahead,
did make a note on what I wanted to talk about. Let me see if you got everything covered. Yeah, well, this is my opinion, guys, and correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like the market moving a lot better on days where there's not any news. I don't know if that's true, because I know that when the news is around, you get a huge movement, but it's like the market are waiting on something, right? It's like market are waiting when there's like big releases. So I don't know if this is just me, but I just feel like that the market is a different place when there's no big news.
Okay, well, that's interesting. That is interesting, Falcon, because it seems like you have an eye for a slower market. Is that what you're saying? It's like more predictable, a slower market?
Yeah. I feel like when there's no big news, the market are more gentle, like it moves like it has to. It doesn't wait on something. But I don't know, guys. I've only been here 7 weeks. I don't know if that's true. But that's just my opinion.
No, well, you're doing great, Falcon. Listen, 7 weeks. That is, you're still in school. You've been in school all your life, right?
Yeah.
And you still don't have a job, right? Yeah. Here you are 7 weeks later, and I think you're making more money than your teachers. Could that be possible? Your teachers, you're going to be hiring your teachers. They're teaching you, you're going to be teaching them or something. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is what I live for, guys. Being able to take someone so young, coming here, and bam, they get it so fast. I'm impressed, Falcon. I love your story. I love your story because you clicked right away, and this is just the beginning.
But it's thanks to you guys. I clicked because of you. I know I did my job. I know I paid attention on all that kind of stuff, but you guys gave me the strategies. And you gave me the strategies, the charts. I could have done it without you, and that's the truth.
And you tried, meaning you did tell me once you try at night. Oh my God!
I did, and I wasn't very successful at all. I wasn't.
The way you said it, I liked it. It's like trading blindly. It's like you've got blindfold on.
Once the meeting burner app is closed down, and I'm looking at the charts, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, because I can't see the moving average. I can't see the resistance. I can't see the support. I can see nothing. But P-Fox, you asked me before if my first trade was a win. Is that correct? Yeah, it was. My first 4 or 5 trades was a win. And I actually did very good on those 4 or 5 trades, but I did very poorly after that, and that's when I got so stressful and didn't want to listen to anything at all. So that's when I went the wrong way, and then Jeffrey came along, and then the momentum clicked for me, because it was not that I didn't follow the arrows. I was just entering on the wrong time, So.
And this is only 7 weeks later. Imagine when it's going to be 30 weeks later, Falcon.
Yeah,
could you imagine? A year after. So, guys, that's it. Okay, meaning he's always going to be in the room. Some of you still have questions. Okay. Ask him, if he didn't answer your questions during the interview, he's helpful. You could sense that he wants to help. The way he's been helped, he just wants to help too. So I appreciate this, Falcon. I appreciate this so much. I really want to thank you deep down, all right, from the heart, and I'm speaking for everybody in the room, because I think they love hearing stories from successful people. And your story is special because of the fact that 7 weeks later, Falcon, not 7 years later, not 25 years later, 7 weeks later, this is incredible. What a story. Thank you, Falcon.
Yeah, you're welcome, MC. I mean, this has been so amazing so far, and I can't wait to get on with it and become a better trader. And, this is only the beginning, right?
Mm.
So thank you very much, guys, and I see you in the room.
All right, Falcon. Have a nice weekend.
You too.